Hello? 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 Hi. Can you hear me? Is that working better now? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I see meters going up and down and stuff and things. Okay, cool. Hey, guess who's here? Who's hanging out? Right here. It's Mr. Kirby. Yeah, Romega, you don't have to let me know that you're waiting on me. I already know. I'm waiting for you guys to fill the room and chat. You don't have to wait until I'm on to chat. You could chat. You could just talk amongst yourselves. It's cool. Anyway, welcome. Let's try this again. I've been talking for a few minutes, not realizing that crap ain't working. Go figure. Go figure. It's Tuesday afternoon. It's number 22. This is the green room. This is where we hang out and chill and do stuff. And let's just crop that a little bit there. Right there. Good job. How are you guys doing? I am wiped out. This is a vacation, but I never intended on resting at all. On my vacation, I planned on working on this video. I planned on it the whole time, and I am reaping what I sow because I am tired. What's up, Yahoo? Yo, what's up, buddy? We got Kirby over here. He's chilling on the Chromebook. It is no doubt warming up underneath him. He likes this warm pad. He likes his keyboard. He likes just chilling on the Chromebook until the Chromebook starts having issues. And, well, you know. He's a cat. That's what he does. Every single day, this is day 4. This is me breaking into the second third of my 9-day vacation. And, every single day so far on this vacation, I have reached a milestone in making the video. Hope your cat doesn't break your Chromebook. Yeah, you'll be fine. Chromebooks are fine. They don't even have fans. I've got you didn't hear it. I actually cracked this open while I was waiting, but I got me one of these things. These Coke Zero Sugars. I've come to the conclusion that Cuphead is 50% amazing design, art, and music, 30% great bosses, and 20% mediocre and cluttered Mario Maker levels. You gotta remember, when that game was announced, it was just boss battles. It was just boss battles. And all the level stuff that I was watching you go through, that was kind of like, well, we need to make a game out of it now that isn't just boss battles. And as I was telling just a baldy guy, that's not a game for me. I remember playing Ninja Gaiden back in the day. I remember playing a whole bunch of frustrating SNES games and platformers back in the day. I am not a twitchy, fast gamer. So, yeah, there it goes. So, I am not in the mode at all ever to play games that are extremely difficult. So, Rain can play all the Souls he wants, and I can watch him and play it vicariously, experience it vicariously through him. That's cool. I don't need it. The Mario Maker levels are the run and guns are filler, and holding coins hostage is a mistake. They're frustrating, but not in a fun way bosses are. Yeah, bye Kirby. We've been working on stuff. I think me twisting the table here, or the desk, has actually helped a bit. So I like that. I like that a bit. But yeah, every single day it's been a milestone hitting new thing. Before I hit the button here, I actually wrote. I have a book in my brain somewhere, and I've been waiting. And to try and cash in on it. And so I just wrote the first almost 1,300 words today. And they're probably garbage, but who knows? I'll publish it. I'll make it available places so you can check it out and read just early thoughts. I don't know what I'll do with it. We'll see. It's called The Cold War. It's going to be this big thing. I got my Alf doll. I sure did. Where'd you at? That's a garbage can. Got Alf and My Pet Monsters behind that. It's a whole new world for Kirby. He is... This is his place. I just live in it. I'm kind of in this like neutral position where I'm just spending every minute of my day working on the video, and I know I'll have the keel laid probably tomorrow. I'm waiting for one more line to come in because I'm having people read intro comments for each chapter. And I'm waiting for just one more. And so then I'll have the keel laid and everything timed out. And then I can really just knock down editing. So it won't be done before this vacation's over, but it will be so far in progress that it'll be pretty far along. And I really like what I've gotten done so far. I was experimenting with a bunch of different things. So speaking of which, how would you guys like to see this intro thing I've been working on? It says it's a Stanley Parable, but that's just because, get it down here. Yep. There we go. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for this? I want to make sure the sound is up. Okay, here we go.
This, as I have mentioned now probably many times, that we really wanted to make a city builder, and City Skylines is really the dream project for us.
Yeah, and I felt like that was one of the first things that really grabbed me. When I came down to the neighborhood level, I felt this kind of visceral, emotional connection. What would it feel like to be in that neighborhood? How would it feel like to be on that street? And that was something that I don't think I ever had with any previous version of SimCity at all.
The whole game is about the city. It's not so much into individual citizens, but just about making a thriving, beautiful city that looks like you want it to be.
Yes, of course there's spoilers for a city builder. I put the number 13 in here. I want to keep track of that going forward. Yeah. We'll watch it one more. Hang on. Let me bring down the audio, I guess. We'll watch it one more time. Yesterday I was just watching this over, and that's what I usually do with these intros.
This, as I have mentioned now probably many times, that we really wanted to make a city builder, and City Skylines is really the dream project for us.
Yeah, and I felt like that was one of the first things that really grabbed me. When I came down to the neighborhood level, I felt this kind of visceral, emotional connection. What would it feel like to be in that neighborhood? How would it feel like to be on that street? And that was something that I don't think I ever had with any previous version of SimCity at all.
The whole game is about the city. It's not so much into individual citizens, but just about making a thriving, beautiful city that looks like you want it to be.
All right, so that is the intro, the first 40 seconds. And I've got most of the chapter. I've got all of the chapter heads laid out. Obviously, like I said, I'm waiting for one last line to come in, and so that'll be cool. That'll be cool. It's a nice one. You like that so far? Thank you. Everything's said and done, it'll be about an hour and 50 minutes. There is a lot. Oh my gosh, there's so much content in this review, and you're going to love it. I know you will. Orzine, welcome, buddy! Welcome to the club. I miss you, buddy. It's good to see you guys. Sup, mofo. I got my cigar boat. I'm ready to chomp away. Oh... Man, it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to go to bed early, but probably not, because I'll sit in bed reading the new... I'm reading Jason Schreier's Press Reset, which has a couple of stories about basically people getting shaken up and moved around the game industry. The first chapter is about Warren Spector and kind of everything that's happened to him over the years. It kind of focuses on his years with Junction Point and Epic Mickey with Disney. And then it briefly goes into the troubles that other side had with System Shock 3. And then this chapter I just finished up was with Irrational, as they were coming to the conclusion of BioShock Infinite and kind of everything that's followed up from there. So, cool book so far. I'm going to load up this game and we're just gonna casually play this. It's the Stanley Parable. If you've never played the Stanley Parable, it is an adventure game, first person. It's a cheeky British game with that kind of Douglas Adams style humor. Can I bring this up? Do I know what I'm doing? Have I worked on the internet before? So, I'd love to hear from you guys how you're doing. Well, let me hear about your day. And, yeah, it's still waiting on that special edition. Special edition of Stanley Parable. Let's switch on over here. You are playing the Stanley Parable. Let's begin the game. I love this. The end is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the loading. Who had his health inspection at work this morning, so these last 2 days have been hectic. Yeah, I hear you.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-bending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I would love to have
And
an
then
office
one
where I can
day,
do
something
closed.
very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, you know, it'd be cool to work in an office. I would just love an office. To just have an office. I would love to work in an office and work with people and, let me know if you're having any streaming issues at all. Everything looks okay on YouTube's giving me weird issues. You'd love to rent out an office space someday. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've said it before, but I dream of being able to do this in an office that isn't at home. So this can just be the Kirby space. I could just watch Netflix. Good on your end. Cool. Cool. Okay, this my mouse sensitivity is driving.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, can I close the door? It's already closed.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Look at these old-style terminal computers. I turned it off. I don't know. And look at this inspirational art. It's a mountain. Looks like it's rendered. Who knows? I just love the ennui.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
This guy's GDC talk is something else. Four. 420, yo. They don't get their paper from Dunder Mifflin? I would expect not. All of these doors are closed. There's all the details. I hate Mondays. Of course, Garfield. And reality. What a boring ass office. Oh my god.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright guys, are we going left or right? We were making our first big choice of the game. When Stanley came to a boring ass office, he turned left. I'm hearing a left. Is there a second? Sounds like somebody's got a case of the movie. Alright, so I got one left, one right. Who's gonna break the tie? Orzine, I know you got a voice. Talk to me. Actually. Alright, we got left. Alright, hang on. Blah, 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 blah. Let me shift back to here real quick. Right. I am in the Discord, so if you want to hop in... Wait, no, I'm not no-clipping through here, you silly people. If you want to hop in the chatterbox, go right ahead. We'll... There we go. Okay. Alright, yeah. I'm in a Discord, so if you want to hop in and chat...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, let's go check out the employee lounge. I don't even remember what you guys said. I know there was up and down and up, about. You
Hello.
hop. Hello, what's up? How you doing, Romega?
It's alright.
Good.
Just enjoying this game. I like this
Truly a
one
room
quite a
worth
bit.
admiring.
Coming back.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I don't even know if my audio works here.
I'm hearing your audio.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Exactly. Welcome.
Yes.
I love this room.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, Here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Definitely. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the green room.
I'm excited.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on
See,
creepy
we're inspecting
and
the file
reflected
cabinets
poorly on his
throughout the cell.
overall
Good.
personality. It's possible that this is why
I'm getting
everyone
sound doubling
left.
between Discord and the YouTube.
Are you? Well, you may have to... something.
YouTube.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
But yeah, I love
and
this
took
room.
the
It's
first
very
open door
calming
on his
place.
left to get back to
Yes,
business.
exactly. Lots of filing cabinets. And here's a printer, or a copier, that looks like it's from Fallout.
Those
It's
are
in
evil
the hallway.
printers. Printers are evil.
Yeah, seriously. What's going on?
So-
4:52. I think the clocks are out. No, the second hand is moving. Do the clocks actually move?
I don't know.
Huh.
I've not checked.
Why aren't Why aren't you an authority of
I think I have it installed. I'll go look. Hold on. Steam load.
I thought I saw the second hand move.
No, the second hand does move. It's just you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Boop doo boop boop doo, boop boop doo.
My concept's it.
Yeah, that 454. All right.
No, I did not download the Stanley Parable today. I'm sorry.
Oh, darn it.
Failure.
Well,
It
that's
is moving. Oh my god.
Caltainer. It's like a container for
Yes,
your Caltainer.
And so he
I have come from
detoured
the
through
Star
the
Wars
maintenance
universe that
section,
was destroyed
walked straight
by the
ahead to
Empire.
the
I'm
opposite
sorry.
door,
Oh,
and got
well.
back on track.
The Empire being Disney.
Disney is a thing, and
Exists.
it's big. It's really big. The dude who made this made another game that is super odd, but a cool idea. Well, if you wanna drop some information bombs on what is going on,
Stanley Parable 2 possibly tomorrow, right?
you know what? It's speaking of things that take a while. I did not get the 5-year achievement for this, where you just leave it alone for
no.
5 years.
I got it by fiddling with my computer's calendar.
Cheater! You can't do that. No.
Yeah, well, at least well, I still can't get the play for the entire duration of a Tuesday achievement.
How? So it's like midnight to midnight?
Yeah, I'm guessing it is.
Huh. Get the 411 on
I
this
do
one.
not have the speed run, and I do not have unachievable.
Oh. I don't know. I kind of gave up on.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
I'm a
go
big
up to
achievement
his
hunter,
boss's
so
office,
get what I
hoping he
can.
might find an answer there.
The beginner's guide.
Excellent.
Oh
There-
yes, I love the writing and stuff in here.
The ultra high resolution whiteboards and stuff like that in here is really cool. It's fascinating to me that this stuff looks so good, and then when you play Max Payne 3 a year later, even though there's obviously a lot more detail in Max Payne 3, you look at stuff like this and it's like pixel, 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 like it looks like Minecraft almost in how low resolution it is.
I just couldn't do Max Payne 3. I bought it, I played it for maybe 2 hours and I took it back. It hurt my soul.
Did you play the
deep
first two?
inside. Yes. Oh god, yes. I love them. They're fantastic games. The third one though, I was like,
It's tough.
okay.
Did you see the Max Payne 3 or my Max Payne trilogy review?
I can't say for certain. I was subscribed, but not in the Discord, so I don't know for sure.
Okay, if you what go to the YouTubes, not obviously you don't have to do it right now, but YouTube.com.
No, I'll check it out tonight.
Yeah, check it out tonight, and obviously, you know, I love the first two games, more the first one, even though the second one is obviously the better playing game. And
Yes, I agree with this.
tips for not getting fired: talk less.
Don't get fired.
How to solve a
Don't get
dispute
fired.
with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. And then resent coworkers who do not support you. Using slides to
Now,
assure
what I will-
employees that everything is okay.
Oh, you're reading.
Yeah, Max Payne 3 is a different game. It really is.
Yes. They washed up my favorite childhood hero from a game. It made me very sad.
It had some cool ideas. I mean, it's one of those games like Invisible War, where it's like if you just kind of unmoor the
Yeah,
if you
that's
unmoor it
true.
from the legacy, it's entertaining in and of its own right. But yeah, as a Max Payne game, it's depressing.
Semi-related.
Stanley stepped into the
You ever
broom
played a
closet,
game called
but there was nothing
Hydrophobia?
here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Doesn't sound
Very
familiar.
obscure.
What? I'm
It's
sorry.
really
What was that?
obscure. It was an Xbox. Hydrophobia. It was a 360 title. Like
I remember watching
There
the
was
giant
nothing
bomb
here.
quick
No
No
look.
choice to make, no path to follow,
it's a good game,
just an
but
empty
yeah,
broom
that's
closet.
what
No reason
Invisible
to
War
still
reminded
be
me
here.
of, because it was big into circles, really big into circles.
How do you mean?
The menus and stuff. There was some circle action there.
Oh, like radial menus
So-
and stuff, or
Yeah, and like your utility device had a circle scanner thing that whatever circles.
oh,
Like Ross Scott said that circles lost that war, but I actually
Coming
came
to a
your channel
staircase,
from your
Stanley
your
walked
Deus Ex,
upstairs to his
20-year
boss's
review,
office.
Video. That's how I found you.
oh, cool. Yeah, lots of people,
Yeah.
lots of people found me
So-
through that thing. Even me
It's an
doing the
amazing game.
stream.
You did a great job with that video. I have played, I don't know, probably 1,000 or some odd hours of that game, modded that game, played around. Like, I got it when it came out. I've been playing that game for a long time. You did a nice job. Thank you. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, thank you, thank you. I wish Orzine were in here because he has basically dedicated his life to living Deus Ex in some way. And
Really?
yeah, he's like he is definitely one of those people. It's like, man, I wish I was in that universe. And it's and when you play that game for so long, you're like, I get it. Like the world that they built for that game is just so. There's a tactility to it that the fidelity of the graphics and stuff don't really convey.
Oh, I mean, but they did the whole Doom thing with the two textures. Like, you get up close to the wall, you know, like, that's very cool. I thought that was neat.
Yeah. Yep. Well, what's this?
Stepping into his
Sorry,
manager's
I'm way
office,
off topic
Stanley
here.
was once
No,
again
it's-
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
It's rare to see
Boss's
someone...
office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in
Uh-oh.
disbelief who orchestrated this.
Push all the
What
buttons.
dark secret was being held
Oh
from
yes,
him?
press
What he could not have known
88888.
was that the
the
keypad
passcode.
behind the boss's desk guarded
Yes.
the terrible truth that his
Take the
boss
escape
had been
chute
keeping
to
from
hell.
him.
Oh, it's
And so the
888.
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I'm
But
glad
of
you're having
course,
an exciting
Stanley
evening. I'm about
couldn't
to eat
possibly
a
have known
Pray
this.
for my soul, so that would be good.
Yes.
Linux.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
There's supposed to be an achievement for this.
This is my
Yeah.
life. This is my life right now. Is just pressing 8s.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device
Okay,
was
you got
useless,
it.
since he could never possibly know
Oh, did I-
that the combination was 2845.
2, 8, 4. This really feels like Trespasser.
Yet incredibly,
Just like
by simply
pressing
pushing
buttons.
random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Which is
Where's my
over
hard drive?
somewhere. Yeah, over here. Oh my. We had some of these lights when we were doing short films and stuff. Kelly had those. I think they
Did
were
my
like...
stream die? Oh, I did die. What happened?
Did the stream
Why
die?
can't
YouTube's
I-
getting...
Still on
the
stream.
live button is off.
YouTube showing me... Okay. Shows cool.
Okay, there we go.
Shows.
Which light was it?
What's that?
Which light was it? Is it a par can?
It's a
Or is it a
floodlight.
Fresnel? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a regular floodlight.
I used to work in theater, so I got excited.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
The work lamps.
Yeah, we would use that for a short film for our lighting, and those things got super hot.
Yeah, they're usually 1,000-watt halogen lamps.
Yeah, and it was really hard to mitigate them, so yeah, we were like pointing them away towards walls and bouncing them off that.
Oh yeah. I spent a lot of time on stage doing lights.
Oh, sure.
I still have to go look at your. I got distracted. I need to go look at the Max. I'm pretty sure I've seen your Max video.
You would know.
As soon as I see it, I'll know. No, I watch a lot of games.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I've got Q up right now, hidden behind OBS and the chat window here.
Deeper into the building,
I see
Stanley
Yahoo's trying to
realized
get.
he
He's
felt a
getting
bit
chaos theory
It was a
where he
stirring
wants
of
it
emotion
visually
in
and
his
control
chest,
wise.
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
I said it
Why
in
did he
Discord,
feel
but I
this
wanted to
when for
do
years it
a
had
review
never
on the
occurred to
first,
him?
the
This question
original
would not go
Splinter Cell
unanswered for
trilogy,
long.
but getting those to work on the PC is apparently a nightmare.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing a cap card with like a PS2 or something.
Xbox, because that was the best version.
Xbox.
Yeah, PS2 ones
I will
were
not
not
dispute you.
very good compared to the Xbox ones.
Stanley
Oh,
walked
this
straight
is the
ahead through
Xbox
the large
is
door
probably
that
good.
read
No,
Mind
is it the
Control
Xbox One or
Facility.
360.
Yeah, I think they did the backwards compatibility. I think they did that. You can, I can make them work.
Outstanding.
That's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's just the mind control facility.
Oh yeah, we all go to the mind control facility every once in a while.
Isn't that our
I
job?
wonder what they do in here.
No, seriously.
That's
It's
where
a
they make
little
the sausage,
ambiguous.
man. That's where the meat's made.
Yeah.
It's like they commissioned someone to make this sign and didn't raise any suspicions.
No suspicions.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he
ironic,
have
I'm
the
looking
strength
at
to
the
find out?
Yahoo doesn't think Pandora Tomorrow is available anywhere. I believe the second Splinter Cell is available on Steam. It just, it's a pain in the butt to get going. I know if Kaz were around, he'd be like, yeah, I know how to get this thing going.
It's on good old games with Nokia around. I don't know that. I'm just making that up.
GOG has so much stuff. GOG has Conquest Frontier Wars, and I can, despite however many times I've patched it and edited it and done whatever, I cannot get that game to run.
You.
And I've wanted to for a long time. Hey, let's turn on the camera.
I've had a lot of luck with all games.
Now the monitors jumped to
games.
life, their true nature
Sometimes the
revealed.
developers will be
Each
in there
bore the
with
number
some
of an employee in the building.
So if you look,
Stanley's
my
co-workers.
hobby, you probably already
The
know.
lives of so
Huh,
many
sure.
individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley,
Oh, I wonder where all those Digital Anvil people
eternally
went,
monitored
because
in
they
this
were bought by
place where
Microsoft,
freedom meant
two
nothing.
decades ago.
I like at least the cameras are consistent, so if you find 427, you can find your office. It shows your office.
Doesn't it flip between the numbers and the cameras?
Screen. Yeah,
There it
just
is,
give it a minute.
427. Where's my zoom?
I don't
Yeah.
think you have a zoom.
No, but there's my office. So that's cool.
And of course they have these weird places like stairwells and like a wall or something.
You know, these like catwalks, these bridges and stuff, these are very, very old school first person shooter props. Yahoo says Pandora Tomorrow isn't anywhere, including Uplay. That's odd. I swear, like a year or two ago, I saw it on Steam, and it was like really cheap. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they pulled it since then.
And it's weird because this is
mind
where all the
control
employees are supposed to be. It's
facility,
like
it was too horrible to
employee,
believe it
whoever's
couldn't
in
be
this
true.
part of
Had Stanley
the
really
meeting
been under
room.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I love how it swarms around.
And you have all these weird screens on the edge, like you can't fit them into the grid.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Yeah,
His
he was
own
just
life
hanging, like,
in
"Oh, I gotta put
someone
him
else's
somewhere."
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Maybe we'll get lucky
Walking,
and there'll be
eating,
cake there.
working. All of it monitored and commanded
Your
from this
grief
very
counseling.
place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power
I
over
tried messing with
another
these buttons, they
human
don't
life.
do anything.
For he would dismantle the
So much fun.
controls once and for all.
What's up here? What's going on up here? I don't know. Here's a button. It's a 4.
Yeah, that's what I was mean.
Oh. That is the sound of footsteps on metal. Definitely. Doot doot doot. Of course it's offline. I've put a couple hours into this game. I know I've seen a bit of it.
I think I've seen every ending except for one. I can't remember which one it is, but I know it's hard to get to.
Oh. Gotcha.
Like
Gotcha.
I've even seen that one episode where you're able to climb out a window.
That seems to be good for me. This is like a movie.
It's
theater
tricky.
here. I bet. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible
Equipment are
place
just
and to
scattering papers all
everything it
over the
stood
floor
for.
here.
Right, who's... I'm just waiting to trip on these things, and look at these. They're just taut wires. Serious. Off you go.
Blackness
Here.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new
Yeah, this
path before
medieval
him.
stone path out here.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
I just feel
And
like Shell
Stanley
is waiting somewhere
was happy.
off the
Yeah.
side of one of these paths.
Yeah, that was at the end of the second game.
Yep, that's just the way I feel just looking at that.
I have not played the second game to completion in age.
It is
Neither did I.
totally worth it.
Wait.
Oh, we're launching the startup menu.
Ah,
Files.
what the heck?
12.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
It's like
He had never
Groundhog
been
Day, you
trained
can
for
never
that.
leave.
No.
Seriously.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Oh dear.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours
Something's gone
passed,
wrong here.
then days.
What did you do?
Had years gone by? He no
No, it
longer
says
had the
my
ability to
USB
tell.
drive is a
But the
floppy.
one thing he knew for sure beyond
It
any
probably
doubt
isn't.
was that if
That
he waited
happens
long
every day.
enough, the answers would come.
We're just gonna go for
Eventually,
it.
someday, they would
Oh, I
arrive.
used the USB 2
Soon?
version.
Very
Oh, wow.
soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Why is your why are you booting floppies off your USB drive?
I don't know why I called it a floppy drive. That's concerning, but I
That
have a spinning disk the bearings are going bad in, and I've got to transfer it to an SSD. And I haven't done it since 2015, so I won't notice. We're having a good time.
Oh, sure.
Got some Linux, got some beer, got a
Oh.
notebook. We're gonna make some poor choices.
That beer and Linux sounds like awful.
Linux is only useful if you don't, or Linux is only worthwhile if your time is useless. Or worthless. I don't know. I used to
When
have a good
Stanley
quote
came
about
to a set of two open
Go
doors,
click on
he
room
entered the door on his
435
left.
times.
435 35 times?
435 times. I think that's what it is.
Is that to the left or to the right?
I don't know, it's somewhere down the road here.
Ah, sure.
Oh,
Well, that's 413.
Oh, okay, that's where okay, you're already at the doors, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I cut you through.
I'm sorry, there's like a several second lag between the chatterbox and the stream.
Oh, yeah, because the chatterbox is immediate and the stream is...
Yet there was not a single person here
Here,
either.
that's 413.
Feeling a wave of
All right.
disbelief,
I'm sure you can get on the
Stanley
next
decided
go-around.
to go up
Yes.
to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Standardized graphs, 40x wide, not cost efficient. Okay. The future
just
was
glad you could
yesterday,
read the
tomorrow is
graphs.
now. Wait, what? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda. Reflect.
Fire paper guy.
Yeah, fire
paper guy? Oh no, not paper guy.
papers are too synergized. Hire somebody
Oh,
to
no.
fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk?
So I'm telling you, I love these things in here.
Yeah, please keep the
This is what
targets
it's
on the
like living
topic
in an
of...
office, though.
This is the parking lot right here. I have been in however many meeting rooms and with big ass whiteboards and jotted down jargon. Oh,
I
what
hate
is
using office speak. It's so painful.
synergize core value expenditures, shift global
Oh.
market parade.
Go listen to Weird Al's business plan or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
Gosh, there's a podcast. I think Conan O'Brien. I think Weird Al's on the new Conan O'Brien podcasts, and that's in my that's in my list of things to listen to.
Yeah. I saw I was listening to the Gilbert Gottfried podcast where he appeared the first time. Then he came back later.
Uh-huh.
I haven't listened to that second one yet, but you know, it's nice.
Really? Gilbert Gottfried podcast?
Yeah, the Amazing Colossal podcast.
Uh-uh.
He's quite funny though. He really is.
Yeah. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits.
Yeah, mission statement for mandatory fun.
Yes.
In fact, I think there's a music video for it.
I believe so, because it's been a while.
Well, it came out in 2014.
Mike James, God, it's been forever. Mike James, you are fired. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment, a telephone directory. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Oh God, this is all freaking nightmare. This is a nightmare. We need more. We need less reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more
It's like
hip.
if Compute Global Hyper and Meganet became a bigger company.
Yeah, Compute Global Hyper Meganet. Yeah, exactly. How do you think I got big? Writing checks? Work harder, hard worker. Teenagers. Space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. 10, 20, 30 basic. Okay. We could spend forever in there.
Exactly, I'm telling you, I love this room. I can just look at everything.
Coming
That's
to
what
a
this game is.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Exactly.
office.
I don't know, I haven't played Black Mesa.
I want to play Black Mesa because I didn't like the original game that much, and Black Mesa is, you know, Half-Life, but better, right?
I also got Half-Life Source, and that's supposed to be like everything's remodeled for Half-Life 2 and up-res and all that.
But they released that, you know, in 2004 when Half-Life 2 came out. So that's... Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of
Here's the
facing his
thing,
boss,
sleeping bag is
admitting
it?
he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
It's like, how did you get that
His
car
boss
in
would
there?
think he was crazy.
I don't know.
Yes,
And then something
I've often
occurred to
wondered
Stanley.
this.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe
Thank
I
you.
am crazy. All of my
of course, more people
co-workers
just
blinking
randomly
mysteriously
dropping
out of
papers
existence in
everywhere.
a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical
knows?
sense.
It's got to be through
And
there.
as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other
Seems I've been
strange
bested by the
observations.
machines.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Whoa.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a
Not
dream.
only did someone bring a car in
What a
here, it's
relief
on.
Stanley felt to have finally found an
That's
answer,
gonna kill
an
somebody with those
explanation.
costumes.
His co-workers weren't
I'm sure the
actually
battery's
gone.
on.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while
No,
I'm
you can't
still
drive the
lucid.
car.
So
why not?
he imagined himself flying.
Where are you gonna
and
go
began
with
to
it?
gently
Not an
float
elevator.
above the ground.
Uh-oh.
Then he
This isn't
imagined
like-
himself soaring through space on a
This isn't
magical
like Teenage
star
Mutant
field.
Ninja
And it
Turtles
too
where you can just
appeared.
drive up
It
and
was
downstairs.
So much fun.
Whoa.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Right, exactly.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
I feel like I might
this
be in
was
as
not a
much
dream.
pain as Stanley right
How
now.
could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if
No
he's
pain.
asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility
I
for
agree.
it.
I mean, I don't know. He keeps
Stanley
resetting.
is as awake
I
right now
completely reset.
as he's ever been in his life.
I don't know what to do.
To be
I have to read
four.
Now,
down.
hearing the voice speak
Re-download
these
your
words
brain.
was quite a shock to Stanley.
I am doing
After all,
that actually.
he knew for certain, beyond a
USB
doubt, that this
links
was in
didn't
fact
say
a
that
dream.
the other work
Did the
I
voice
did
not see him float and make the magical
Back in my
stars just a
office.
moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could
This
just...
reminds me of a Home Alone.
He would prove it.
To
He would
D.
prove that he
Yes.
was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Oh.
I think it's probably one
the
of the
fresh
best
air of a world
current
outside
day
this
narrators of a game.
one. Let
period.
me wake up.
I think like
he thought to himself. I'm through.
it's
with
like
this dream.
like
I
not
wish it to be
Stephen
over.
like it sounds like Stephen
Let me
Fry,
go back
but
to my
like not
job.
quite, and it's amazing.
Let me continue pushing the buttons, please. It's all I want.
Give
I
me the
want my
buttons.
apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Your
I
USB
am
will be a bootable
okay.
floppy.
I'm a little ashamed of this. I have a USB device
Stanley
that
began
slots
screaming.
into, like, where a
Please,
floppy
someone
drive
wake me
plugs
up.
in,
My name is Stanley.
and then you
I have a
can plug
boss. I have an
USB into
office.
the
I am
thing, and
real.
hold my
Please,
floppies.
just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
I'm not ashamed.
And everything went black.
Okay.
Ooh, my program is
This
here.
is the story of
Yay.
a woman named Mariella.
Go.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Thank
She
you for inviting
rose,
me.
got
I
dressed,
appreciate it.
gathered her belongings,
Yeah.
and walked to her place of work.
Whoa.
But on this
haven't
particular
seen a
day,
Stanley
her walk
stream
was
in a long time,
interrupted
and it
by the
really
body
hurt
of a
me.
man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to
Yeah, you know,
himself,
it's just
and
a
then
chill
collapsed
stream.
dead on the
Oh,
sidewalk.
just here to chill.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
That's like the
Then she
same car
remembered
that was
the
in the
meeting she had
garage.
scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
The end is never the end. Is never the end.
And there's never a load. The end is loading.
I remember it loading. Sorry, you were saying something earlier, Kel.
Yeah, switch.
I was being yelled at by a narrator.
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
Burn 430.
I'm not sure what I was saying. Was it something about how
All of his
sad my
co-workers were
women's is and
gone.
how I reset
What
my
could it
family?
mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
When did they add achievements to Steam?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417's down here somewhere. It's 420. 19. Well, that's just the desk. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we're going to do 20 clicks in here.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
This is ridiculous. Oh, I guess there's no... Oh, there you are.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
This is amazing. This is art. Did I drop out of the Discord?
Nope.
Okay. I was... It's like, it's gotten real quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm just watching you.
Now, back to door number 437.
Format some hard drives, so
Oh, baby, formatting hard drives. I remember one time I zeroed out a hard drive when I really didn't need to.
yeah, well, unfortunately, unlike Stanley, I don't get to go back if I screw this one up, so.
Oh.
Let's see. How about you click on,
Why am I
well, I
using
don't
the
know,
laptop for
the
this?
copy machine.
Oh, well.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
This is a game.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
What's that?
Watching paint dry. It's a mod for this game.
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line,
It's some
Stanley. I
wild
like
stuff,
that.
man.
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Down here, I think it is.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
This is so British.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
What was... I don't know. I remember when the 360 came out and they added achievements, and I thought that was like, wow, that's nuts. And I don't know, these days I don't have time. Like, I don't have time to play games, much less chase the individual achievements of the games.
Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
In that case, I'll let you go find all the other endings.
Fine. You can hang out, though.
This was not the correct way to
Yeah.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We're gonna go back to
Perhaps
the
he
break
wanted
room.
to stop by the employee lounge
Okay.
first, just to admire it.
I don't know how he gets a fancy office.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Yeah, it's like lighting and the carpeting, the colors and the vending machine.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley
yeah,
took
the
the
look at
first
the
open
carpet.
door on his left.
The staining. We're gonna ignore that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All these plans. Wait. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Oh, this got a card swipe slot. This has a real Half-Life 2 look about it. The industrial.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Huh. You could have lived from there.
Yeah, try not to die.
Sword's engine is still pretty. It's like...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Half-Life 2 is still very pretty, but this is... Like, Half-Life 2 and Source 1.0 are... Like, they're just... Like, graphics kind of just, like, S-curved. And Half-Life 2 is, like, in the middle of that S-curve. Because there was that point in the late aughts... Maybe like right after Gears of War or so like Unreal Engine 3, where games kind of just stopped looking better. They look they looked higher resolution, maybe the lighting was better, maybe they added this or that. But games have just been kind of on this gradual incline ever since. And this was like kind of transitory. Oh. I don't remember this. I think it's C++
I stopped being
based.
impressed with. I stopped being impressed with graphics pretty much in the PS3 era.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of when it plateaued. I mean, Max Payne 3 was an Xbox 360 game, for crying out loud.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You think Source is C++ based, maybe C, but I assume is object oriented, so maybe not. Tried making something in Source years ago, like a mod, or what were you doing?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's what I do. I stop by the employee.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You did.
And so he
decided to make your own
through the
game in
maintenance
Source
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Back when, and I didn't really get it. But I wanted to learn how to write an object.
Sure. I mean, learn by doing, right?
I mean, that's all programming. You just break shit. And then
Yet there was not a single person here either.
There are 2 steps to programming. Step 1, break shit. Step 2 is copy what other people did on GitHub.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back in the meeting room.
Stack Overflow.
Yeah, right, yeah. Is that still a thing? It has to be.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hop on a Stack Overflow. Hey, guys. And then you'll get about 10. One of the smartest things I ever heard is this guy posts a question on Stack Overflow, and then he purposely answers it wrong, because you'll get every coding gatekeeper giving the right answer just to prove someone wrong, and bam, you'll get a right answer like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That's neat.
Yeah, that's all programs. But,
Well, people on the internet just want to be right. That's what it's really about, let's be honest.
What?
Absolutely.
I was actually arguing with a guy on Reddit earlier. He wasted my afternoon because he was like, "Man, the Apple TV would have been because there was an article about how Apple is sourcing batteries for the Apple car, and this dude was trying to make this case that they should have made that Apple TV that was rumored to be in development when Steve Jobs died." And I'm like, why? Why would Apple want to make an Apple TV when they just make this puck that plugs into any existing TV. Why would they waste their energy making a TV? And he was just, I was right. Of
But
course
Stanley
I was right.
just couldn't
But,
do it.
you know.
He considered the possibility of facing
mean,
his
everyone-
boss, admitting he had left his post.
I'm right about
to
everything all the time.
workers. He might
Exactly.
be
Everyone
fired
lets me
for
know
that.
in all of my
And in such a
videos, like, you are
competitive
so
economy,
right,
why
dude.
had he
Thank
taken
you.
that risk? All
you're
because
back
he
here on the
believed
looping area.
everyone had
Yes.
vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
one of my
he thought
worst
to himself,
habits is
maybe
I've been on
am
Reddit
crazy.
constantly for a
All of my
decade, and
co-workers
it's
blinking
gotten just as
mysteriously
bad.
out of
I'll sort
existence
by
in a
content.
single moment
And that's
for
just like the
no
dumbest
reason at
thing to do,
all.
is then I just get
None of it
angry.
made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this,
post,
he began to make other strange observations.
Did
For
Remega say
example,
streaming? Or was
why
that
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these
Wait, are we
rooms were
trapped in
starting
here
to look
again?
pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came
Why
to
did
the
they let me get
conclusion
stuck in
that
here?
had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't
dropped
found
out?
the words
Oh.
for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer,
Oh,
an
I have to do
explanation.
this.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
I
He
imported
wasn't
the texture
crazy after
packs
all.
of the PS3
And he
on
thought to
the
himself,
Splinter
I
Cell,
suppose
and
I'll
I
wake
got
up soon.
widescreen
I'll have to
gaming
go
in
back to my
1080.
boring real-life
PS3
job pushing
texture
buttons.
packs.
I may as well
Yeah,
enjoy
they have
this
them
while I'm still
core 1
lucid.
and 3, so they
So,
just be,
he
the
imagined
first
himself
stuff.
flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Just don't go
Then
down
he
the stairs
imagined
after the
himself
meeting room.
soaring
That's
through
fine,
space
sure.
on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so
Chris
much
Davis
fun,
just made them look
and
so
Stanley
good. He has the
marveled that he had
texture-
still not
substitute
woken up.
texture packs for one,
How
and it
was he
looks good,
remaining
and it
so
looks like it plays
lucid?
better than it does.
And then perhaps the
I'm just trying to
strangest
imagine a
question
world
of
in
them
which,
all
the
entered
PS3
Stanley's
had the best
One,
textures.
he was amazed he hadn't
I
asked
He
mean,
would
for
want a
answer.
texture pack.
Why is
So,
there
I mean,
a
if you
voice
did
in
a
my
texture
head
pack for
dictating
PS3, but
everything
you're
that I'm
running on
doing and
something better than a
thinking?
PS3, like
Now
PC,
the voice was
it looks
describing
good. And it's
itself
just
being
like for
considered by
walls
Stanley,
and
who
walls
found it
to make
particularly
more shiny.
strange.
It looks like a mine.
I'm dreaming about
the
a
ori-
voice
well, the original
describing me,
texture packs, like,
thinking
uh,
about
the
how it's
original texture
describing
for, like,
my
the PS1,
thoughts,
they
he
were shit,
thought.
they had to be
And while he
completely,
thought it all very odd, and wondered if
work
this
better
voice
on
spoke
PC.
to
So
all
you just
people
have
in
it
their
look a lot
dreams,
better, a
the
lot
truth was
cleaner,
that, of course, this
better,
was
like,
not a dream.
anti-aliasing
How could it be?
options, at least it
Was
utilizes
Stanley simply
anti-aliasing so
deceiving
that it
himself,
doesn't look like the whole
believing that if
world's
he's
covered
asleep, he doesn't have to take
colored
responsibility for himself? Stanley is as
Yeah,
awake
really
right
interesting.
now
They're
as
so
he's
really-
ever been in
That's
his
interesting.
life.
You know what's interesting is
Now,
when you
hearing the
bump
voice
up,
speak
like
these
I'm
words is
looking,
quite a shock
I'm
to
playing this on a
Stanley.
4K monitors.
After
When you
all,
play
he
something
knew
in
for
4K
certain, beyond a
and you
doubt,
can't see the
that this
pixels
was
anymore,
in fact a dream.
and
Did the voice not see him float and
it's
make
like,
the magical
well, I
stars
guess
just a
that's
moment
the
ago?
end of that.
How else would the voice explain all that?
Yeah.
This
As soon as
voice
you
was
get
a part of
anti-aliasing in
himself
4K
too.
in there,
Surely,
it's
if he could just...
it's
He would
nuts.
prove it.
Like
He
playing
would
Deus
prove
Ex in
that he
4K
was in control, that this was a dream.
Yeah,
closed
it's
his
super
eyes
weird.
gently, and he
I remember
invited
when I first
himself
got
to
this
wake
PC,
up.
one of the first games I played
He
was
felt the
GTA
cool
5,
weight of the
just
blanket
because,
on his
like,
skin,
it was on sale.
the press
I
of
never
the
played
mattress on
story,
his back,
and I grabbed it, and I
the
added
fresh
like
air
a
of a
visual
world
beat, like
outside
all
this
these
one.
mods, and the game looked so
Let
good.
me
And
wake
the last
up,
time I played
he
it was
thought
on
to himself.
360.
I'm
And
through
like,
with this dream.
You could see his pores.
wish
I'm
it to
part of
be
a Discord
over.
group.
Let me
doing
go
the
back to my
realism
job.
mod, and I just keep
Let
up
me
with those
continue
guys, and
pushing
stuff
the
they're doing,
buttons.
like, these guys are
Please.
pouring so
It's
much
all I
time,
want.
like over 18
I want
months
my
now in this
apartment
mod,
and my
and
wife.
just like I'll have to
and my
send some screens
job.
sometime with that guy.
All
It's
I
not
want
out
is
yet,
my
but
life
the
Uh-huh.
original
exactly the
stuff,
way
but
it's always
it
been.
looks so good.
There was
My
a
life is normal. I
it
am normal.
was like AI render
Everything
study
will be
that they
fine.
released a couple months ago,
I
where they
am
recolored
okay.
everything in Grand Theft Auto 5 based on
Oh,
like
yeah.
actual like LUTs, like actual reality, and it looks
It's good.
really good. I'm like,
Stanley began
whoa.
Please, someone, wake
looks
me up.
so
My
real.
name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am
Hey, my
I?
friend I told you about
And
one
everything
who
went black.
knows about Linux and all kinds of programming stuff. He hit me up. I think he's gonna join the Discord.
This
Oh.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Is it the same one that lives Deus Ex?
Mariella
Do
woke
sex?
up on a day like any other.
Everyone loves to
She
do
rose,
sex.
got
Yeah,
dressed,
that-
gathered her
We don't get the
belongings, and
opportunity.
walked to her place of work. But on this
But,
particular
I don't
day,
think he-
her
I-
walk was
I feel
interrupted
like
by
he's
the
more-
body of a
I
man
think he's
who
more
had
into,
stumbled
like,
through town talking and screaming to
games.
himself, and then
I
collapsed
know, he
dead on the
kicked my
sidewalk.
ass in, like, every
And
fight
although
or
she would
play.
soon turn to
But here's what I
call
told you,
for
I've
an
never
ambulance,
talked to
What
him.
is-
for just
what
a
is
few
older
brief
games?
moments, she considered the strange man.
No,
older.
He was obviously
older
crazy.
games, you know, like
This much she knew.
2009, 2012.
Everyone knows what
back when
crazy
I was in
people
high
look
school.
like.
I'm just kidding.
And in that
What's that,
moment, she
2000?
thought to herself how lucky
Original
she
War,
was to be
Hard
normal.
War, Command and
I am
Conquer.
saying
Indie
I
games.
am
You know
in
what?
control
No,
of
there's
my
no
life.
better indie game than Marble
I know
Blast
what is
Ultra.
real
Everything
and what
is
isn't.
trying to live up to
It
that.
was comforting to think
right
this,
there.
and in a certain
Right
way,
We can't even
now,
buy it
this man
anymore.
made her
It's
feel
like
better.
it's-
But then
the
she
game-
remembered the
Garage
meeting
games
she
doesn't
had
exist
scheduled for
anymore.
that day. The very
China,
important
how do you
people
invite-
whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this,
Yeah,
so it was only a moment that she stood
When
there,
it comes to indie games
staring
right now,
down
like,
at the
so
body.
like a month ago, I was like, oh my
And
god.
then she
I
turned
love indie
around.
games, and now I've just been playing, what's it called? I've just been playing Cuphead, and I'm like, I don't think I like indie games. But it's all good. It's not indie games' fault.
Indie game. Well, indie games. What is an indie game now? Because everyone can just publish
Right.
directly to their store now. Like you had, a decade ago, you had to find a publisher and get involved with a publisher and get money from a publisher. Current playing Blasphemous, Luna Knights, and trying to get Dragon Ball Fighter and Cuphead to run on Ubuntu. Well, okay. That's a
When
hobby
Stanley
right there.
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the
Something
door
like
on
you
his
see
left.
A virtual machine, like a virtual box. Sure.
What if there's a game called Virtual Box?
You have to name it something different in your home.
Yet there was not a single person
And
here
I am
either.
sorry. I
Feeling a
have got to
wave
pop
of
out
disbelief,
because I am
Stanley
about to
decided to go
push some
up to his
buttons that are
boss's
very
office,
final,
hoping he might find
duty
an
of
answer
seeing,
there.
so-
You're about to do
Coming
some
to a
nasty stuff to your
staircase,
computer.
Stanley
Well,
walked upstairs
best of
to
luck
his
to you,
boss's
sir.
office.
And I
And-
hope so at the same time.
Into the bias.
Yeah, don't
I
die.
appreciate it.
Yep, have a good one, buddy.
Just never dying is don't. See you next time on
Yes!
the best YouTube channel playing the Stanley Parable tonight.
Tuesday's Green Room. Yes. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one.
I hate when games are so political.
I know, seriously. You've never been in the bathroom before? Well, there's I'm magazine and Extreme Bathrooms magazine.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time when you could make a magazine about virtually anything. Have you gone to a grocery store recently and looked at a magazine stand? It's nuts. It's nuts what's left out there.
Hopefully, Good Housekeeping's still there.
I don't know if I saw that. I imagine it is. I don't remember People magazine there. That has to be a popular one too. I remember they had a billion different the special editions, like the Time, Queen Elizabeth edition or whatever. I don't understand it.
I just want to play. I would, even though I don't like play much PlayStation, I would gladly, not bad enough, I wouldn't pay for it, but I would like to get PlayStation under just the demo discs. You can even just put this. You can get the same demo discs and just have them on the PS4.
Like the original Xbox, official Xbox demo discs back in the day. Because I remember there was one disc particularly in late 2002 that was the original Splinter Cell demo. It was Panzer Dragoon Orta, and it was something else. But that was a very it was actually a Penny Arcade comic. It's like, hey, you got this really cool demo disc. And there's this papery piece of literature that comes with it. Just shuck that in the trash. Advocating tossing the magazine in the garbage and just playing the demo disc, and it's like, yeah, all right. I remember playing the PC Gamer demo disc when those started coming out, and they had Coconut Monkey in there, and they were all early versions of Macromedia Flash, and it was very clunky and very old, and low resolution, and the sound was not great. Okay, what the hell?
Stab. You can get physically like cut by the character models. That's how sharp the like 9 polygons were. I like Funhouse. They did a demo disc for years, and what it was is their fans would send them demo discs, and they just pull them out of a pile and play whatever's on there. And you'd get some like sometimes you get something cool, but they would usually go out of their way like make sure to play like the weirder stuff.
Giant Bomb did that.
Did they? I only kept up with Giant Bomb at the very end, the bitter end.
Giant Bomb was after 1up.com basically got shuttered after they got bought and shuttered in 2009. Yeah, early 2009. That's when I moved over to Giant Bomb, and then about I don't know 9 months ago or so, something like that, I stopped listening to the Bombcast because it was Bombcast and Beastcast, and they're both like 3 hours long, and it's like, man, I don't have 6 hours to listen to them kind of repeating each other, essentially.
Giant Bomb was started by the dude who he got fired because he gave a
Jeff Gershman. He gave Kane and Lynch a bad score, and Kane and Lynch was
stepping into his manager's office. Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
ads,
human
it was
life.
like the
What
takeover
could it mean? Stanley
ads.
wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly
Yeah,
tearing
they
through
let him go,
papers
and
on the
it-
boss's
it
desk,
wound up-
pulling
who was it,
books
like
off the
GameSpot
shelf.
or
Stanley was in
GameSpot?
such a rush to get through
GameSpot.
the story as quickly as possible, he
GameSpot.
didn't even have a
I literally
single
had
minute
no
to
use
just
for
let the
ever
narrator
since, like,
talk.
Better, I mean,
That kind of
independent
anxiety
reviewers
isn't healthy,
on
so he
YouTube are
relaxed
infinitely,
for
in
a
my
few
opinion,
moments
I
with
got
some
it.
calming new age music.
Infinitely more useful. I'll be right back.
yeah.
I'm subscribed.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh my. Yeah, we were talking about lighting earlier. Yeah, exactly. That's the elevator. Yeah, we're back in. We've already done all this. We can't go down this direction anymore. We've done it all. Have we done this bit? I think we've done this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
mind
door
control
that read
facility. Yeah, but-
Mind Control
Wait,
Facility.
Escape! Let's escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on
Kaz,
it, the truth was
welcome!
that at the end of this hall,
Missed you!
Stanley would meet his violent death.
Missed you. I'll play the...
The door behind him was not
There's
shut.
two more
Stanley
things to
still
do,
had
so- okay.
every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I wish that the like repeated it where the door was like right behind you or something like that.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
This
and
thing's 10 years
willingly
old, so,
confront
you know.
his death.
Kaz, when this thing goes... Oh, maybe you can watch it, but we did the intro for the new review. It's
Hey, Nick.
cool. What?
When I signed up for the Discord, remember there's some like weird issue going on with Patreon and Discord. It gives you you like log in with the link, some sort of issue.
The invite?
As the machine
Yeah,
whirred into
it's
motion
like all
and
of
Stanley
Patreon
was
and
inched
Discord.
closer and closer to
I
his
trying to remember. I
demise,
found a
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
The
Stanley
the
can't see
Patreon-
that the picture.
the
He doesn't
Patreon
know
thing I still gotta
the
figure
story,
out.
Trapped forever in his narrow
Yeah.
vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
It's very
like
strange
plucking
because
the
it should
eyebrows
listed on the
from a blind
Patreon.
man. So he
I've had it
resigned
happen before.
and willingly accepted this violent end
I don't
to
know.
his brief and
I'll
shallow
figure
life.
it out.
Farewell, Stanley.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, remember back like 15 years ago, IGN they would give a review score for
Farewell,
every,
Stanley,
like,
cried the
different category of
narrator,
the game.
as Stanley was
Music,
led
gameplay, all
helplessly
that,
into the
before they
enormous
just kinda
metal
consolidated
jaws.
into one, like,
In a single visceral
arbitrary number.
instant,
One second.
Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. But, sorry, IGN something review?
They used to give multiple review number, like for the sound, gameplay. Graphics.
GameSpot would do that. I think IGN did that too. Yeah, like they would
Before
break
they
it
all-
down. I think
Mhm.
that's needless.
It depends how they do it. If you're just giving it a number, then it's kind of like, okay, the numbers just mean nothing to me. But like ACG, who he reviews new games when they come out, he doesn't just give it a number. He has like his whole shtick is like, this is not going to be a 5-minute review. He does like 15, 20, 25-minute reviews of new games. And he has whole sections like for sound, he'll play sound, he'll say like any issues he had. He'll say like gameplay, how the graphics and all that. He gives really solid reviews. And I've been a big fan of it for years now, and he's gotten better and better.
So he's like reviewing each like categorically, like the old school style, each category in that.
Right, Omega, Too Much Water. Oh my god, wasn't that like not Breath of the Wild? It was one of the Zelda games, Wind Waker maybe. But yeah, no, he reviews each part. So like, yeah, so if a game comes out, he'll say first up is sound, and he'll talk about sound for like 5 minutes. Graphics, gameplay, story. If it has like an online mode or if it's an online game, we'll talk about like server issues, different bugs, things like if it's a small bug, it's not too harsh, but if it's a lot of bugs, game breaking bugs, big glitches, and talk about those. And they're really useful. Like if I'm gonna buy a game, I generally check them out, and he does like more than just the big games. Before I bought Dex, which is a small indie game, small like that. What's that? Side-scroller cyberpunk RPG that came out a few years ago I told you about. He reviewed that, like, just like a random game. He does a really good job. I checked him out for like new reviews. He doesn't do like, you know, you do critiques. You're good at the critiques and stuff like that, but I feel like there's not a lot of people I trust for reviews of new games. You know what I mean? Because like
it's hard. You know, beyond the fact that like, you know, what is a game on launch day? That's such a moving target.
Exactly.
It's that. Like, and that's why I actually leaned on doing the longer ones, is the fact that what can you say with authority playing this game through one time and as quickly as possible, and then get this review out as quickly as possible. And a lot of, like, honestly, a lot of professional games journalism sucks. Like,
right.
the writing's terrible. They don't think about it that much. It's just the graphics are good. The online works, except when it doesn't. It's like that's practically useless to me.
They're pushed to just push them out like as soon as possible. Like, okay, you have a game. It's 2 days before launch. You have like 2 hours to beat the 6-hour game.
Yeah.
And I watched a video of Donkey where he's just kind of talking about journalism.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game back in his office, as alive as ever.
You know, he's pointing out
What
some of them where they
exactly
said they
did the
didn't finish the
narrator
game,
think he
and
was
it's not
going to
really the journalist's
accomplish?
fault all the time. A lot of times it's just like any kind of news right now. It's just, you need to get it out there. We need to be the first out there. We need to get that track.
Yeah. That was, I remember with Flesh Eating Zipper back in 2013, we didn't get a lot of new stuff. Where was I talking about this? I think I was talking about it in Discord. We were talking about it in just the Discord, just chilling on Sunday, right? And we were talking about how we didn't get a lot of new stuff, but when we did get something new, and it was an immediate, like, unwrap this thing, get it in there, play the whole thing as soon as possible. The one game that I was able to really get, like, first day SEO, because there are so many people that are looking for a review on the first day, and it was for Star Trek the movie game. Or no, it wasn't the movie, it was Star Trek the game, based on the J.J. Abrams averse. It was made by Digital Extreme, who we all know now for Warframe. And that game was hot trash, just absolute garbage, a nightmare to play through. It was like, I don't know, 15 hours long. It was freaking awful. And my review, because I'm sitting there in this panic, like trying to get this review out to everyone before like an IGN shows up with a review or a GameStop, because I didn't send copies in advance to the big outlets. So here I am playing this game, And then I'm writing this review, and if you go find the review, it's still up there. Just flesh-eating zipper, all one word, Star Trek, the game.
I'm on there now.
Yeah, if you read it, it's like a stream of consciousness of me just pure anger about this game.
Huh.
And it is not a good way to review games in the slightest. And
It's hard.
it's hard, it's stressful, because you are, as soon as one other outlet starts popping up, you're like, oh god, we've lost the traffic. It's gone. It's over. We're never going to get that. And it's stressful, especially when your paycheck relies on getting hits. And we did get some hits on there, but it wasn't enough. It was like, just toward the end.
Even game trailers fell recently. Giant Bomb.
Game trailers fell a while ago.
Well, they finally were like shut down.
A couple of years ago, yeah, like 5 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? Holy shit! I swear to God. I mean, you already know me. I don't understand.
I know.
I know they're a lot of those guys. They started Easy Allies.
Yeah, there's the
Ian
narrator who did all of their video reviews. I remember he was part of. They did a Patreon, I think. Is that how they got started?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think
yeah. It was 5 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, it's been a while. I remember, because I remember one of their last. There was they were part of this big media thing, and there was a point where they had to do some really big layoffs, so the quality of the reviews went down the toilet, just really minimized, and then not long after that, it kind of all went to crap. Let's be honest, games journalism was always a part of marketing. You are correct, sir. And I said that when I did my rant about games journalism being bullshit after E3. I was so angry that E3. I was so angry that we'd been turned down to see stuff that we were invited to see the year before with no problems at all. But then it's a year later, our traffic is so much better, and we can't see hardly anything. So they invite the same people over and over. Everyone repeats the same 5 to 10 facts that everyone's talking about.
Mix up shit, mix everything up.
And you can't have a genuine, like heart-to-heart like discussion with an interview or with a developer, because they have specific things they can say about their game. You can't you can try and poke and prod around the edges and try and get something out of the corner. Like, some of the juiciest stuff that I got out of E3 was just like overhearing conversations in the hall and stuff like that. That was all the scoops we had. Oh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Games journalism
Do you see
sucks.
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Right now, all of these publications were making insane claims about this 4K gaming on the Switch. It's gonna have this, and it's just like an OLED screen and an Ethernet port, and people are upset because they have weird expectations because everyone wanted to one up the next thing and say oh, we've heard through our source that the Nintendo Switch will also double as a motor vehicle, just crazy shit.
I cannot tell you how how just awful it was. A lot of my days, because I'd have to write 5 to 7 articles a day that each had to be 200 words, because anything shorter than that, the 10-minute YouTube thing, but it was, in order for Google to pick up on it, it had to be at least 200 words. So we got to that pretty much immediately. Oh, here's all the paintings. Nature paintings, yeah. That's cool. So everything had to be 200 words. And so the first thing I do when I'd wake up, because I'd give myself an hour, I would start working by bringing up my I can't remember, it was an RSS feed it was the RSS Reader. I can't remember what it was called, but it was after Google Reader died. They kind of picked up, and I would just read what other people were saying. Like, it was just feeds of other sites and publishers and everything, press releases, this and that, and it was a nightmare because you're sitting there like, how do I write 200 words about this crap that I don't care about? And gosh, it was like just dreadful. And they talk about it a bit on Giant Bomb about how you'd write an article and then someone would be like, oh, slow news day. And I remember sitting there in the house in Arizona and being like, you are darn right. Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Good job, Kevin. I guess we're in the credits portion here.
I wish my name's Kevin. I wish it was spelled cool. I just had like the basic fucking. I was named after a kid from Wonder Years.
Were you?
Yeah, that and Kevin Costner. It was
Kevin Costner. I mean, sure.
Conceived in '89. Big stuff happened.
Yeah. Because that. Well, geez, what was Kevin Costner in at that point? Because he didn't he broke out in '91.
Yeah. So this, I mean, you have to ask.
Let me ask your dad.
That'd be very difficult to do.
Howdy, y'all.
What's up, bald guy?
Whoa!
I'm in here, saw y'all kind of chatting a bit. Finished up Borderlands 3 with my brother and our friends, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I love the game and I love Borderlands and I love the sequel, but my word, this one I was like, I just want to beat it, y'all. I want to beat it so I can say we're done. And luckily it was tonight. We were just all on the same page going, yeah, this is getting kind of up there, so.
Let's just get it done. I've played a chunk of Borderlands 1 co-op. I've played a chunk of Borderlands 2 co-op. I've never beat them. And I've dreamt of doing a review. It's on the pinned list of things to review, but it's like, gosh, that would take forever.
It would.
And we'd have to, can't play that any of those games solo. I mean, you can.
I don't think you want to.
You don't want to. Exactly. So doing the whole schedule thing, that's definitely a later. I was trying to play Halo with Romega co-op, and there's something with the internet connection and just kept glitching around like the good old days when you were on dial-up and just tossing around and popping up random places. That wasn't fun. That wasn't a good experience. So, I guess it's single-player games for a while.
Yeah.
Games journalism.
So I looked at my thing. I've been playing that for, I guess, since March. So my brother and a friend that I've known since kinder have been playing every Tuesday for the most part. But, we're all married, and my buddy and I, who coincidentally is also named Kevin, right? It's like, what are the odds? But
right. It was an 80s name.
Since then, and it's really neat, but it's just, this one felt Borderlands-y for the sake of it, and I don't really know.
I remember that was a big complaint about 3 was, I mean, how many years were people waiting for Borderlands 3? They're doing Duke Nukem Forever, they're doing Homeworld, they're doing Aliens, they're doing all this crap that isn't Borderlands 3, and then they unveil Borderlands 3, and it's like it's like a cash-in. By all means, it just looks like a cash-in. And it's unimaginative in clearly they put a lot of effort into it.
At least with the pre-sequel Handsome Jack stuff, you had a few different mechanics. You had the idea of you had these gas masks and you needed certain environments had to have oxygen. So I could see where they were going, but it's kind of like how much more over-the-top zaniness, quirkiness can you do? And it was, the ending in particular felt so rushed. It's like, okay, oh, here's the main boss, and blah, 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 boom, you're done. And it just really felt like they wrote themselves in a corner. Maybe they had a deadline, and they were just like, I don't know. So I'm looking for our next big fix And I'm curious because you guys may have played stuff like, were y'all into Diablo?
No.
I played it once with my friend who
Okay.
just joined the Patreon.
Huh.
Yes. Yes. The Patreon is a great.
If you like Diablo and you like video games, you join the Patreon. It costs at the least 1/60th of what a new game costs.
Exactly. You can join the Interview Patreon for $1 a month.
Yeah.
That's it. That's enough money to look at a cup of coffee. You can get into the Target with $1. It's a and if you do the 5, you get your name in the end screen, and that's cool because I started doing all those.
I'll be honest, that's what I am always looking into on some of those is like whenever I go down and I'm looking through, okay, who's going to give me like a 40-minute video and nerd out to my satisfaction?
That's my yeah.
So once I find that and it's like, okay, check my Patreon. It's like, okay, I don't want to support somebody who's making, $1,000 a month on Patreon. So
yeah,
I start whittling them down, and
now
honestly,
when I start making $1,000 on Patreon, that doesn't mean you can leave.
Right, that's going to be a concern. So this time next year, I'll be gone.
Maybe 3 Patreons, maybe 4.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll make up a contract. We'll make up a contract.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the green room here. We're gonna split it off into its own Patreon, and it's basically 24 hours. I might not be here, but it will be open, and we will be streaming something. Something will be going on. Maybe Kirby will hop up on the desk at some point and fiddle with the mouse, and that will be if you pledge $100 a month. We'll figure it out.
So how did you go about your tiers for Patreon? Like, what was your process on that?
I just kind of looked at what other people were doing, really. Not a lot of in-depth. I wanted people to be able to basically get in for nothing, so $1. And I noticed a lot of YouTubers were doing the do at least 5 to get your name in there, because if you do the $1 one and then you just have this ocean of names, and
right.
I think there's like I think there's a like psychological turning point depending on how much money you give in. Like $5 is a sweet spot, I think, because I subscribe to some of my friends at $5 a piece. There's a shipwright. I don't know if you guys know him. He's the shipwright. He does r/imaginary starships, and I pay him $1 a month. And I kind of get everything that I want out of that. I mean, I'm not like sitting there chatting with him. He's not streaming and doing stuff like that. He just draws spaceships, and every single day I get an email and a Patreon toast about Romega. Is there a thing? Am I supposed to do something here? I mean, this is cool, but I want to like move on or something. But for $1, I kind of get everything out of that, and but $5 is the sweet spot. $10 is the hey, if you want to pay a little bit more, you get a slightly better title, and then there's an extra one, which is the $100 one, which is like, hey, if you really want a cool name. Title. I know it's bid on that, but hey, that comes in time, I guess.
You can have a room in my house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
I was saying is, like, for me, I like the ones that offer Discord, but they're not always worth it. So I've checked on a few, and I like I was on
How
SNES,
they wish to
SNES Drunk for a
destroy
while,
one another.
and
How they
this was
wish to
alright,
control
but
one
I kind of just
another.
felt like I was
How
one
they
voice
both
among
wish
many.
to be
So I was
free.
like, I want somebody who I can interact with a bit.
Yeah,
That's why I like this one.
I've had to clear out some Discords, and I mentioned it on Sunday, but like I started the Discord last year, before the Patreon, so maybe I don't know. I still gotta figure that out. I have to figure out the Patreon Discord thing, so that's why I'm manually moving people over, and So I started in March, and I brought in all my friends, and you know, it was cool for a while, but it was kind of dead after, I don't know, a week. And it wasn't until I started streaming that, yeah, looks like I found the exit here. It wasn't until I started streaming in February that, like, people started coming in. Like, Kaz came in, you guys came in, because of the streaming. And the streams are not, you know, like some big high traffic thing, but I wanted to eventually get into streaming and talk to people live. And I know that
streaming is what brought me back to you. I like I said, I couldn't find your channel after I first saw it. I saw like the Black Lives Matter video. I saw the police video game video. This is the no
the Beat Cop
video. Beat Cop, yeah. And I was looking for your channel. I couldn't find it. I knew it was subbed and it showed up on there. So it's like,
but as soon as you got the notification that I was live, that's what.
Exactly.
Come on back in.
What's wrong, buddy? You can't play right now.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So, pardon me. So, I was inspired by Rain 101. I think he might even be streaming now. Just to let you know, I stream the exact same time, the exact same day, every single week. Fat, I know you know exactly when I stream. I rarely do random streams. And that's not to condemn random streams or anything, but everyone knows what my schedule is. I put it in the end screen, so you know when to be here. And I think Tuesday's better for a lot of people than Saturday, but Saturday seems a little busy. I don't know. Metrics, things. So, but yeah, streaming.
The Discord.
And Discord, yeah, Discords, yeah, and we got a lively Discord in here, and it's cool to pop in and every day just be able to say hello, and then someone replies.
Right.
It's cool. It's not like day after day, just no one. There's always someone in there.
I am always online. I'm always on Discord. And
yes.
I don't think since I've joined, not a day has passed that I haven't been in the system. I have forced my way into people's lives.
Well. I
get you a lot right now because, you know, it's on summer, but when school picks up, I'll check like in the evenings and afternoons, but it'll be nice because this one moves enough, but it's not like I feel like, oh man, I missed everything.
Yeah, that's like even doing these streams, you know, there's enough people where I can have the conversation going, but not enough that it look like I don't watch streamers. I just don't. It's not my thing. I can stream, but I don't watch streamers. But when I do watch streamers, it'll be like you look at the chat and it's just this waterfall of text, and it's like this is completely useless. How is that useful to anyone?
I watch Destiny 2000, but like you'll have like what's his name? The World of Warcraft dude. I watched this the other day. He had 150,000 people just in his Twitch chat, and it was just absolute chaos.
I bet.
Asmon Gold, and I've watched like Hassan Piker. He'll have literally like 30,000 people in there, and he will still find the one negative comment and flip out about it, which is a talent. A talent. He'll flip out. There'll be all these people, I love you, Hassan. Yeah, you're totally right. And he'll somehow zoom in on this 200 mile an hour just wall of text saying like one person disagreeing with you. He's like, fuck you, ban you.
They need to do like a filter where it's just like a motion blur, so then you can't see, you literally can't see anything even if you've got the VOD open, because it's just rendering everything in a blur.
Well, the people who sub, they'll like, you know, you can, I think some of them will have like a different color. This way they only respond to people who sub, which when you have thousands of people makes sense. But like at the same time, I know I've been watching Destiny. He's pretty good at it, but he like knows a lot of his subscribers like bot. He's like befriended them, and that's one of the reasons why I think he's done so well. But like also, I mean, that's so many people. There's a benefit, like, because if you have 1,000 subs, it's $30,000 a month. At the same time,
it's ridiculous. My girl's like that Dream SMP guy, and one of them. Yeah, say what you will.
Him and Donkey have beef. It's so funny.
well, she's 14. She'll figure it out. But point being, she just watches, and I've been in there a couple times to see what's going on. And it's like it is a waterfall. It's just over and over and over and over and over.
Complete, like Pokemon or whatever. Like you just and then they're it's kind of just the streamer and their guest. It's usually a streamer and a guest or something. That they're just talking and they ignore the chat. Or Giant Bomb, like they would have, they kind of come across as they have this contempt for the chat. It's like someone in chat is saying this because someone off screen will be just watching the chat to make sure things aren't on fire or something. But yeah, I imagine there'd be a point where the Nth Review's got 20 billion, trillion, zillion subscribers and, you know, can't keep track of everything. As much as I want to, as much as it'll keep me up at night wanting to connect with every single person, it's just not possible.
I modded for a subreddit at one point. I'll never mod. Never ever again. It was a small little gaming one that kind of grew for a little bit when it got shut down.
Oh. You know, we've got a subreddit too. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get to the end screen. We're gonna call it from. Actually, let's turn off the Stanley Parable here.
I just joined it.
Yeah. There we go.
Y'all streaming right now?
Can you see?
Yeah. I was streaming. Yeah, there's 1 million people. There's a waterfall of text going on right now. Yeah, exactly. We know where you're living. Yeah, that's a green room stream right now. Anyway. Yeah, it's you. Guys, thank you for joining me on here. I'll probably still hang out in the Discord after the stream ends, but I gotta do my outro bit here. Let's see, where are we at? That's break. It's not break time. Where are we at? I have to switch the buttons between the Nth Review or Green Room and and the Nth Forum, which is on Thursday, so 2 days out. Guys, thank you so much. I see some of you have already liked the video on YouTube. Thank you so much for doing that. The more likes, smashing that like button helps out 1 billion trillion %. Don't go chasing waterfall. Okay, fine. All right. That was okay. I don't see a falls yet. Don't go chasing water. You should chase water because you need it to live. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Like this video. Like the video wherever it's at. It's down here. It's down here somewhere. Oh, and I still haven't changed this thing. I haven't changed that to the green room. It was messaging too quickly. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's got a bot. Whatever it's doing. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. We're up to 1524. I imagine when this video goes up, we're going to blow up the subscribers and have all kinds of fun with that. Check out the Patreon, of course. Of course, check out the Patreon because we just talked about tiers, and I know you want to have fun with the interview, and you want to be in this list over here. These are my Patreon supporters right over here. These guys help make it possible. Look at that. Some of them are in the Discord chat right now. I haven't seen Feronis in a while. Well, heck yeah, Tech Game Teddy. Welcome to the Discord because we're going to talk about that next. Join the Discord. Get in the Discord. Discord's amazing. We have so much fun in here. Yeah. As soon as I figure that freaking shit out. Exactly. Join the Discord. Social media is everywhere. Wherever you do your social media thing. Green Room on Tuesdays. This is the Green Room. It says the Nth Forum. I'm probably just going to keep this here for a while. That's your Patreon dollars at work, is me not updating the bug. So Green Room on Tuesdays. It's shorter now. It's not on Saturdays. It's on Tuesdays. It's shorter. And then Nth Forum on Thursdays. That's where we talk about stuff. It's our panel show. We have so much fun. in here. I moved the camera and I keep forgetting to look at it. It's right here. I put it in a more convenient location for a reason. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you for watching now. Thank you for watching it in the future. And hey, I'll see you next time. As soon as I can get to the freaking exits, where are we at? Oh my god. Why doesn't that work? Why doesn't that work? There we go. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Dark side film. Everything's done.